Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV on the Social, our interactive social media show where we answer questions sent in by you. As you can see, I've got Dan with me this week.
Yes, great to finally be back on the Social with you, Gray.
Loving the beard.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. Where's yours?
Oh, I was trying to trim it up and it went wrong, so I had to shave it all
the flag
off.
for the both of us.
Yeah, you do look like the finest swordsman in all of France.
I'm the fourth musketeer.
Yeah, my missus didn't like my beard anyway. So.
Mine don't mind mine.
Right, ready?
Yep.
First question is from Terry Andrews. It's a good one, this. If you could bring two players back from past Hammers teams that would fit into Billich's team, who would they be?
Alright, so I do one, you do one?
Yeah, go on.
Alright, I'm going to have Dean Ashton.
That's a good shout.
Proper goal scorer, that's what we're missing.
I reckon he'd be our 15-20 season.
Oh yeah, he'd be banging. We'd be in the top four if we had him. I think he'd easily fit into the way we play. Imagine him Payet playing in some beautiful passes, him just smacking in balls in the back of the net.
Yeah.
Be brilliant.
Well, I'm going way back. I'm going further back, a bit before your time.
Alright.
Alan Devonshire.
Old Al, yeah.
Mate, he was the Payet of his day. He was a wing wizard. Can you imagine sticking the balls in for Ashton?
Would he play instead of Payet or with Payet?
Well, he was, I think, left wing he was. So yeah. He was opposite side to, because Payet just plays where he wants.
Yeah, well, he sort of he starts on the left a lot of the time, doesn't he? Like, and then he'll sort of
But no, Devonshire left him just floating.
Yeah, sort of maybe more central as well. Like starting off more central.
Yeah. Right, next one from Phil Goodfellow. Looking at our brightest young talents, Burke, Oxford, Samuelson and Cullen, which clubs do you think would best suit their styles for a loan move next season to help them break into the first team?
Well, Burke and Cullen that are at Bradford?
Yeah, Burke's at Bradford, yeah. He's got player of the year. He's got player of the year.
Cullen's at Bradford as well, isn't he? Or is he at Peterborough?
No, Samuelson's at Peterborough.
Samuel's at Peterborough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Bradford ones, I think if they
go up,
they definitely stay with Bradford. Definitely Championship clubs. So I was thinking Samuelson, someone like Villa will be good because, although they're in a bit of a crisis.
There'll be a big fish down there.
They will.
And he'll have not pressure, but the expectation of a bigger club down there.
Yeah.
So he'll be used to the sort of pressure cooker.
Ideally, most of them will be competing for that promotion and hopefully have a Wembley day, which will do them wonders.
I think maybe someone like a Forest or an Ipswich are always pushing for playoffs, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it could be
don't forget, there could be a Sunderland, Norwich or Newcastle.
Yeah.
Samuelson at Newcastle.
Yeah, you never know.
Something like that, 50,000.
And then had a good result today, Newcastle.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what's
going
to
down to the wire.
But any of those teams that are going down would be a good one.
Yeah, definitely. Right, next one's from Phil Demicoli.
All right, Phil.
If Big Sam was a fan's favourite and had a long-term contract, do you think we could have challenged Chelsea for the title last season? I say no.
I agree with you, mate.
Because I think that the start we had last season, because his two main... Like the two main players that he was building the attacking force around was Carroll and Nolan. They were injured, and I think we sort of stumbled on that system by accident, really. But then when they come back...
Yeah, I mean, it drove me crazy when he pushed down and back out onto the wing. He didn't play him in that diamond formation that we was.
He didn't look happy when he got pushed out. No. He wasn't the same player.
We was ripping teams apart with that diamond formation, and as soon as Nolan and Carroll came back, he went straight to his old ways. We picked up a couple injuries, but still, you know what I mean? Like, it was relegation form.
I mean, not that we're slagging Big Sam off. He's done a good job for us. He stabilised the club.
He did
when we needed it. So.
He's really let himself down, in terms of slagging us off. He don't take the high road. He bigs himself up. All the time, and he's not someone like Bilic who's very humble and stuff like that. So I
was noticed with Bilic when if we win, it's the players.
Yeah.
If we lose, he takes my decisions or whatever.
Yeah, so. That's a big character flaw with Big Sam.
Yeah. So next one, Harry Pink. Would you swap Payet and Lanzini for Aguero? I'd rather have all three in the same team, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's not the question. It's Lanzini's age is the big thing for me. It's because he's so young. He's 22, 23. I think he's going to be a really, really good player. So it's those players that
you're thinking for the future.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm trying to think like sort of long term, and
Payet's not. He's only 29. He's
he is young, but I mean, like, you're thinking like 3-4 seasons, and that someone to build up.
Whereas hopefully with Lanzini, if we manage to keep him, you're talking 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, if we had Aguero in this team, it'd be amazing. But Lanzini and Payet, I would like to keep them. Definitely, it sounds. A lot of people will think we're mad, but I think Lanzini will be a top player. By the time he hits like Payet's age, can you imagine?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's already been a big big influence for us this year as well, hasn't he? So.
Exactly. So.
Right, next one's from Ben S. How often do you think you guys will post over the summer? Hoping it's once a week. Can't go 3 months without anything.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. No 3 months without anything. We'll
still be doing this.
Yeah.
We'll still be doing it on social. Obviously, Ryan will be doing his
transfer rounds ups. Me and Jace are going to still do FIFA stuff. Obviously we won't be doing previews of Premier League games, but we're going to do like
some England stuff.
We'll do some. We're looking to do like transfer squads. Maybe some.
Nicky's got a couple of ideas in the pipeline as well.
Yeah, we're still looking to post multiple videos a week.
There'll be some bits out every week.
We're going to be active, so don't you worry about that. We're not going into hibernation for the summer.
Yeah. Right, next one's from James Mason. Who would you rather, Bilic or Pellegrini?
Bilic, yeah. Bilic, he's a young, intelligent, passionate manager. He's a good tactician. Like, Pellegrini's really good. He's a great manager.
I think he's been a bit shabbily treated by the board at City.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he's got them in the Champions League semi-final. They've got an uphill battle against Real Madrid at their neck of the woods, but he's done wonders. But his age, and he's a more reserved manager, and they don't fit in well with West Ham. We love those managers. Even Pards, whatever you say about Pards, he was that passionate manager on the touchline.
A bit too passionate.
Yeah, at times. But Bilic is up there in the technical area. He's screaming, shouting. He's like bending down, trying to get a good view of the game. We love that.
Pellegrini does I think Bilic is a good motivator of players. Like, we can have a poor first half. We get hold of them at half time. We come out completely different side. Yeah. Whereas I don't get that with Pellegrini. I think
that's the thing. Reserve managers do not fit in well at West Ham. They just don't. So
Bilic all day for me.
Yep.
Right, next one's from LSG95. It said, what do you guys think of the ticket prices for the Juventus match? Which we were talking about earlier, weren't we?
Yeah, so for people who don't know, cheapest ticket is £20 if we're in the band 5.
Because I just thought it was 20 quid flat across the...
and it goes up in bands, and band 1, yeah.
Which Scott's in posh seats.
Scott's in the posh seats in band 1, he's in the 6 seat, so he has to pay 50 quid, right? And this is essentially, it's for the Betway Cup, but it's basically a friendly.
Yeah.
I'm in band 3, so I'm going to have to pay 35 quid. So we're talking, essentially match day Premier League prices almost.
Friendly. I mean, I know it's illustrious opposition and it's the opening game.
It's the opening game, but you just feel like there's been all this talk about doing cheap tickets for the Olympic Stadium, and that's what we're going to do. The ticket's going to be affordable, and the first game, which is essentially a friendly, is expensive. So it's not a good way to start. I don't think.
Well, the next question sort of follows on from that, from Matthew Mayer.
Yeah.
Or Mayer. I hope I pronounced it right. Juventus confirms their first game at Stratford. What do you guys think? Too tough or a good debut for us?
No, I think that's a good debut.
I think, because it'll give us a good sort of benchmark of... And that's the sort of team we should be aspiring to. Yeah,
it's a good lift for our players. They'll be well up for that, playing Juventus, playing someone that got world-class players to get to play against, and it will lift their game. We're starting off against Juventus, so it's a good bit of training for the lads. I'm
hoping Juventus put a reasonably strong side out.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a good honour for them. We're asking them to open up the first game in this new era for West Ham in this new stadium. So it's going to be good.
Yeah, definitely. And I say, if we ever, I mean, I know you can't read too much into friendlies, but if we sort of draw or beat them, you know, something to.
Oh yeah, and you'll set the morale up for the season wonderfully. So,
all right, next one's from Freddie Coots. Let's assume you bring in a top striker. You have 15 million left to sign any other player, but they can't be a striker. Who do you buy?
I was thinking I want that Gokhan Toure because Moses is going back to Chelsea probably. So
yeah, I know I was reading, but I think we're interested in that Max Gradle from Bournemouth. And their right back, Smith.
Yeah, we do need
a right back.
We do need a right back. We haven't seen too much of Byram actually. He's fit, but we've seen. I don't want Antonio at the right back anymore.
No, he's done a great job.
Oh yeah, he's done a great job, but I want to see him where he can flourish, and that's forward. You know, higher up the pitch.
So, do the damage.
Yeah, right back would be nice. Quality right back, mate. I haven't seen too much of this Smith, but if we get a right back, I want a right back that can really push to be a regular starter, you know.
Well, I mean, I don't think Bilic should just buy him to be a Bilic seems to sort of buy players that he's going to play.
Yeah, but we don't know if definitely Bilic wants him anyway. So rumours.
But that's only a rumour.
But he's asked, but you fancy him then, do you?
What's that?
Smith. Would you? That's the question.
Yeah, I think we do need a right back.
If the price is right, you know.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's bigger name right backs out there. But you know, Bilic is interested in him, like I say, he's got an eye for a decent player. So who am I to say?
Yelovic excluded.
He done all right.
Emenike.
He done all right.
All right, you say so.
Right, so we've got 3 questions that are all sort of similar.
Okay.
Sort of touching on what we just spoke about, really. We've got Tyler Ball and Joe Marshall. They say, who would you like to bring into the squad over the summer and who to let go, realistic options. Charlie Robinson says, in the transfer window we'll be able to get another world-class player like Payet. And James Jones says, who should be our big major superstar signing?
Okay. Yes, we will be able to get a world-class player, superstar signing and big striker. I'm going to say Lacazette, Valencia out.
Yeah. Well, I know after that Batshuayi, but I know there's interest from other clubs who sort of can offer Champions League football, so that may swing it away from us.
He's mates with Payet, so we shall see.
Yeah.
If Payet can sort of say, listen mate, you get down to the end of some of my passes and my assists.
I agree with Valencia though.
Yeah, I like Valencia, but
he's had a couple of good games. You can't have 2 good games out of like 36, you know.
Nah, he's not at the level we're going for, and he hasn't lived up to his price.
Do it week in, week out.
Yeah, he hasn't lived up to his price tag. He's got. There's something there, but he's just not a complete player. You know?
I know I keep saying it, but his touch is awful for a professional footballer. I don't know how.
Yeah,
touch can be that bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too sad to see him moved on.
No. Last one.
Okay.
That's another one from LSG95. Due to the rumours, do you think Sacco is pushing for a move in the summer? I mean, that's all these rumours. We don't know what happened.
But there was the whole following Liverpool players on it. I mean, that doesn't really say anything. Whatever happened, whatever did or didn't happen, it seems to be fine now. It's behind him. You know, Saka's putting his head down. He's putting shifts in, and he's back.
He's been in the squads and he's played. Yeah. Whereas, as we know, players who've crossed Bilic earlier in the season are no longer with the club.
Yeah.
So, but I think if it was a major problem, I think Bilic would have.
Yeah,
dropped him more.
I mean, when he came back, you could see the other players embracing him. They was all hugging and all that. And against Watford, he put in a really good shift. He was up and down the pitch, was a real threat. So I'd like to see him stay, and I think if we want him to stay, I think we'd keep him.
Yeah, definitely. So he's got that. So he's got a bit of pace. Scares defenders, especially like big lumbering centre halves.
Yeah, that's it.
Get him turned and have him after. He wouldn't fancy it, would you?
He's relentless.
He's a machine.
Yeah,
he's a machine. All right, so that's all the questions.
All right,
so
nice.
Thanks for watching again this week. Don't forget on Facebook, on Twitter, and on the video comments. It's hashtag WHFTV social. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at West Ham Fan TV, Facebook /West Ham Fan TV, and our website westhamfan.tv. So I didn't say the www. So I can't even say it.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us. Send your questions for next week.
Yeah, get us some.
So mix them up a little bit. Few comedy ones if you want.
Yeah, think it's some nice, interesting questions. Some catch us out if you want. And
I was thinking, not too hard though.
Yeah.
So I get headaches. So one thing left to say, Dan. Come on, you irons.